Welcome back, Sideliners. We are coming to you today straight from the pitch to provide you another epic and intense podcast by the players you love.
Today we will be diving into the life of an extremely experienced soccer player right here from the Western New York area.
We have the pleasure of introducing Frank Strangio. He has been involved in soccer as both a player and coach for over 40 years. He is a 4-year member of the New York State West Olympic Development Team and was selected 1 year for the Eastern United States Player Pool, which is the top 40 players in the Eastern United States. In high school, he was first team All-Catholic in all Western New York. He was recruited by over 20 colleges, and he chose UB to play before injury, ended his college career early in his freshman year. He chose to play the Cub at UB rather than return to the team. As a coach, led 3 teams to the Final Four of New York State West State Cup and won 7 division championships, over 10 tournament championships. And most importantly, we know him as Uncle, Dad, and even Coach.
Hello, Coach. We are so excited to have you on our podcast for this week's episode.
Thank you so much. I'm really excited to be here. I'm honored that you asked me to join you.
That was a really impressive resume you had. Spinning back to the topic of your personal soccer career, what would you be able to tell me a little bit more about what made you start pursuing soccer?
So I started playing soccer when I was 8. So I'm Italian, so soccer runs in the blood, right? My whole family comes from Italy, so that was sort of ingrained. In 1982, Italy was playing in the World Cup, and I became obsessed with watching the World Cup. And I watched Italy win the World Cup, and players like Paolo Rossi and Marco Tardelli and Bruno Conti got me addicted to soccer. I fell in love with the game. So that was, the turning point for me that put me on that path. My Italian roots, our family who was very involved in the sport, and then that was sort of the springboard of me loving the sport, and then I became obsessive about playing it all the time.
This is amazing. Family means everything to us, and it is so cool to hear about how your soccer journey is rooted from family. We see just how much soccer brings our family together, so we thank you for being such a pivotal part of that tradition.
Now, we've touched on how family has influenced the beginning of your soccer career. Would you be able to touch on some of the experiences that you've been involved with in soccer throughout your time playing?
Sure, yeah. I think that soccer has been a huge part of my life, and I feel like the lessons I've learned have helped shape who I am today. Some of the great experiences that I had when I was playing for New York State West, I got to play against other states. For example, I played against New Jersey 1 year, and they had 2 future national team players on that, Claudio Reyna and Greg Berhalter. So I played against those players as a youth, and that was kind of really cool. The experience that I had on that team springboarded me to a lot of success, like in high school, and then I had a lot of success in a lot of sports in high school. I played 4 sports in high school, and then eventually I was elected to the Niagara Catholic Athletic Hall of Fame, and that was kind of cool too. So sports have given me, and especially soccer, have given me a ton of good experiences. But the best experiences for me, as much as I love playing, was that I got to coach my kids, my nieces and nephews, and some really incredible kids in the area.
Wow, Coach, I would have not wanted to defend you. Speaking on having to defend you, we know you were a standout goal scorer. Are there any memorable goals that you have scored that you could recall and share for us? Maybe against the U.S. national team?
Okay. Yeah, thanks for that question. I've had a lot of memorable goals, and you talked about it wasn't actually technically against the U.S. national team, but there were future national team players on the team, and we lost that game to New Jersey, who had, I think, 13 kids make the Eastern Regional Player Pool, and we lost 6-1, but I scored that goal. Ooh. It was one of the best goals I've ever scored. It was a cross to the top of the 18, and I hit a banger top 18, top 90 of the net, so it was pretty cool. That was a fun one. I remember to this day. I think I was 15 years old, but all these years later, that's one I remember. I could just see it happening in my head. It was awesome.
Do you have slippery feet that constantly move around in your boots? Do you constantly get blisters on your feet while playing soccer? Well, we have a product for you. Introducing Grip Socks. They help you stay stable on your feet and make you move faster. Put on Grip Socks during your games and you'll be playing like Neymar and Messi. Just take it from the hosts from this podcast.
You know, Sideliners, me and Alyssa have been avid users of Grip Socks. We haven't played a game without them in a year.
If you want to take your game to the next level, buy Grip Socks. Look good, feel good, play good.
There's a wise saying that somehow goes along the lines of, a good coach can change a game, a great coach can change a life. Coach Frank, we believe you embody this phrase in more ways than one.
We have been so lucky that you've dedicated so much of your time to coaching not only us, but also the countless other athletes you have put effort into. How do you like coaching compared to playing? In other words, how has coaching taught you different lessons than physically playing the sport?
Wow, girls, that was super flattering, but shouldn't you have gotten an actual good coach?
Oh, he's a joker.
Seriously, you play a game because you love to play the game. So that, you can never top that. But coaching and seeing athletes become better versions of themselves on and off the field is so rewarding. And it's something that, wins or losses are one thing, but when you see growth and you see people loving the sport and you see them growing as human beings, that's really what it's all about, right? And we've had a lot of success. Some of my favorite moments have been coaching you guys. Last year when we won the Niagara Pioneer Tournament with a goal at the last minute and we all went crazy, winning division championships and league championships, the boys, we beat the number one team in the state to win the tournament. That was awesome. So those moments, the winning moments are awesome, but you get lessons in the losing moments too, and you get lessons in just everyday camaraderie. So there's just nothing that isn't great about the sport.
Very interesting to see how coaching and playing offer so many different perspectives. Throughout history, there have been many iconic sports duos that were related, such as the Watt brothers, and even father-daughter dynamics, such as Serena and Venus Williams.
It's past my bedtime.
Okay.
We just want to know more how it's like coaching your relatives. And how do you separate the dynamic of family relationships from coaching?
So sometimes it's tough to leave that off the field. You have to treat all players as equals. But you talk about a dynamic duo of relatives, the two most iconic in the world.
Let's hit it.
The Strangio girls. But does somebody have a first aid kit? It's a difficult dynamic, but it's also brings the familiarity and the love, and I love it. To me, I see all my players as my kids,
Aww.
right? Like we become a family. So that's the way I see it.
Sideliners, do you hear that? It is time. Are you ready for us to sprint through some overtime questions?
That is right. We are bringing back our most anticipated segment for this very special episode with our very special guest. Are you ready, Coach Frank?
I'm not sure.
All right. Are you ready? All right. First question. Have you ever gotten carded or kicked out of a game?
Do I have to ring it?
Yeah, you have to ring it.
I've never been carded as a coach, but I have been carded as a player.
How many?
Not many. I've probably gotten a yellow card or two over the years, and I did get a red card once in my life. It was for a hard foul, and I did get a red card one time, maybe U16, U17. Maybe, yeah, I think it was just a hard
All right,
foul.
rapid fire is the name. All right, Luciano.
Yes.
All right. Who is your favorite soccer player of all time?
It's a tough
You
one.
have to.
I'd say it'd be between Andrea Pirlo and Alessandro Del Piero, Paolo Rossi,
Luciano.
Alyssa
All right.
Luciana
What position
Stranzio.
do you think is the hardest to play?
Um,
Guest. Thank you.
You know what? Probably the hardest position to play is a goalkeeper. I've never played it before,
that.
but I think that's probably the hardest position to play because when somebody scores, it seems like it's all your fault. But they're all hard. I was a striker. I think it is hard to score goals, but center mids that have to run in the whole game is difficult. Center back is a difficult position. So there's a lot, but probably goalkeeper one.
Thank you for your great answers. We are so glad that we brought back that segment. And thank you so much. Thank you guys so much for watching. And a very special thank you to Coach Rank for joining us tonight. Tune in next Friday for a very special episode with special guests from the Buffalo Bills.
Okay. Like we always say, the harder the battle, the sweeter the victory.
See you next time.
Luciana and Melissa out.